Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Vibrant Soul Tarot, and if you are returning, welcome back my Vibrant Soul Tribe. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. So today's video is showing love to the singles, okay? And we're going to be looking at who's next. Who's next up in line? Who's next in love for you guys? We're going to be basically focusing on that. We have many different tools that we're going to be using, many different oracle decks we're going to be looking at. We're also going to try to get significant zodiac signs, significant initials, and potentially even a time period that they are going to be coming into your life or you are going to be meeting them, okay? So with that being said, it does sound like a lot of information because it is. If you feel like you want to grab a notebook, pen, paper, whatever it is that you would use to jot down information, like information either that stands out to you or questions, jot down questions about information you may have, things that you want to look back to later, because most of you are going to, this is going to be a predictions reading, right? So you can jot things down and you can come back to it at a later time, anything like that. I suggest you do that. But if you don't want to, that's perfectly okay too. If you want to just sit back and relax and enjoy the reading, that's what it's here for as well. So just do whatever you feel like, okay? With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pile selections. We're going to start with pile number one. Pile number one, we have this blue calcite here. And for the deck, we have the body tarot. Okay. Pile number two, we have this opalite crescent moon, and we have this prism deck here. That is for pile number two. And then last but not least, pile number three, we have the glyph deck here. And then we have this clear quartz crystal pyramid. This one can be kind of hard to see, so I'm going to show you all different angles so you guys can get a good glimpse. So this is for pile three. I'm trying. Okay. So please take your time if you need to. You can pause the video here and choosing your pile. No rush at all. If you feel extremely drawn to more than one pile, there may be messages in there for you. For example, you may have more than one person that's going to be entering your life. Or this could be like maybe different perspectives from the person, like maybe it's like an add-on, but I'm gonna let you decide on what that is, okay? I read comments from you guys, and sometimes you guys are very intuitive and you can predict, well, maybe this is like future energy, past energy and stuff like that, but always, always, always do what feels right to you, okay? Other than that, that's pretty much it. When you do have your pile or piles selected, I will post the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience as always. Feel free to check out any additional information that is in there, such as the channeled songs, which is just like a little add-on message to each pile, to each reading. You can read that intuitively as well. If you're wondering any of the names of the decks that are going to be used in these readings today, that will be in the description box too. And I always like to say, if you have any questions for me or you're looking for an answer for something, feel free to just skim the description box first. There's not too much information in there, but there is a slight chance it may be answered, okay? If it's not though, and your question is really important to you, you can feel free to comment it and I will try my best to get back to you in a timely manner as soon as I can, all right? Until then, I will see you guys at your pile or piles, and we will begin the reading. Bye. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the body tarot or the blue calcite here, I was feeling very blue today too, so welcome. You found the right place. I feel like everything in this reading actually right now looks very blue. Blue could be very important to this person, whether that's their favorite color, or a lot of these stones that you see here that are blue are directly correlated to the throat chakra or the third eye. So communication could be something that's very significant, and communication can be something that's very important to you too. If you have had lots of past connections, that you feel like the communication was the issue. That could be something very important between this person and you, that the communication is definitely highlighted. Okay, I'm already rattling off messages. This was supposed to be the introduction, so I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are relaxed, ready, and open to receiving. Feel free to grab like a pen and paper or something that you would jot down notes with, just for readings like these. Since they are singles readings and they are supposed to be prediction-based readings, you can jot down information that stands out to you, information that's important to you. We're also going to do like initials and zodiac signs. You can like write that down and always come back to it later, right? And say like, hey, did that match up? Is this what, is this that? But that is up to you as well. If you want to sit back and relax and watch the reading, you can do that too. Just one more thing before we begin on your reading about who is next in love for you. Sometimes I get comments, and sometimes it happens. We receive a reading about a person or a future connection that maybe we're not really feeling or we're not really into. And that's perfectly okay. It is your life. You're able to decide who and what you allow into it 100%. Sometimes there may be a reason why you receive a reading on like what's next in love, and it seems like somebody that you do not like, or that you're not into, or maybe like it just feels negative to you, or it feels like maybe some of you are like, this person seems like a complete douche and I'm not really into that. You know, like I can see how that can be frustrating, right? And I can see why people get mad or like and stuff like that. But to kind of zoom out, there could be a divine purpose of like why you're seeing that. What I mean by that is like an example would be, so you watch this reading and you're like, what the heck? I would never date somebody like that. I do not like that. And then say someone comes into your life, right? Well, maybe certain things of this reading stood out to you, that you're able to recognize certain traits within a person that, and early on too. So because of that, you were able to recognize it early on. That makes you recognize, maybe this person isn't for me. Maybe I need to keep a closer eye out. Maybe I need to pay attention. Maybe I need to see what else is out there. You get what I'm saying, right? There could be, whatever the reasons are, there could be multiple different reasons, but just keep that in mind. And okay, I promise I'm done yapping. Also, I haven't done the intro yet too. So like, if I said all this in the intro, sorry for repeating myself. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we have these pre-pulled oracles that are going to describe the person that is next for you in love. We will be clarifying additionally with some tarot, asking some additional questions, and we got lots of stuff, guys, so stay tuned. First things first, Spirit, if you could please tune me into my Pile One's collective energy and the collective messages. Open me up as a vessel, Spirit, for my Pile One to describe what and who is next in love for them. And any information that they need to know about it, please and thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the first card we have for you about who is next in love for you is we have the Ace of Fire with inspiration. Ooh, I'm immediately drawn to the little heart here too. The Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands, this is an instant attraction. This is an instant connection that you and this person will probably have, and they will definitely have towards you. This person may inspire you in ways, or just want you to, or kind of just rev you up. This is like a hot and heated, passionate type of energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if you and this person get to that level, that you have a really good sex life with this person. I'm getting messages of kissing this person feels really good. It just, there's just something that draws you and them into each other, which I think is really cool. You may even be able to just instantly recognize this person like through that attraction. And what I mean by that is, like, for an example too, if you're dating around and you're dating other people and you're like, okay, I'm trying here, but I'm not really feeling the spark with this person, or like I'm gonna give it a chance, but it just feels like there's something missing. I don't have that passion, right? You will have that with this person, and this person will have it with you. Like I said, instant attraction with the Ace of Wands or Ace of Fire here. Oh, the next card we have is the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. That is the heart chakra. So I love to see that coming right after that. I do feel like this is meaning feelings will develop. Oh, you may develop, and this person may develop such a soft spot for you. There's probably going to be love there. There's going to be emotions there, right? This person could have such a big heart, or like I said, a soft spot for you. particularly. You're opening up this person's heart. You're making them see things through their heart chakra. Maybe speak through their heart chakra. Oh, Spirit said we'll get to that later too. So there's something more about that as well. But yeah, all in all, this person feels like they're willing and open to developing feelings, developing emotions, developing a relationship here with you. It feels aligned. It feels good. This person, they're like, I could give my heart to pile one. So with this passionate energy, there's also this soft side to this as well. Here. I actually really like that. Red and green could be significant in this connection as well. Something about the color red or something about the color green here too. Maybe even the color blue. Everything here looks very blue. I was like, I just realized my nails, the deck that I chose, so blue. And that makes me think of communication, the throat chakra. And so communication could be something that's highlighted between you and this person. And we'll get more information about that too. So we have boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. And then we have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. These two cards together make me think that this person right now is in the process of, whether that's developing a business, saving money, trying to create more abundance in their life. There's somebody who definitely kind of has this bit of a go-getter attitude, at least at the time that you meet them, right? Money is very important to them. They could be in a period of, though, needing to save, but saving for the future, or saving so where they can invest, right? There's somebody who's not going to want to, I'm not saying this person is cheap. I'm saying that this is actually a smart. This is something that's very smart. Someone who's a little bit frugal, but also for good reason, right? They're not just going to get their money and blow it all, and then like when a rainy day comes, they have nothing, right? They're aware that they need to be responsible in the finances department, and they're probably in the process of building more money and more stability for them. The reason why I'm emphasizing in the process, they could be already pretty well off, but the boat part is making me think like that. Like the boat is usually like in sales, right? In motion. You're in that direction here as well. So they're going in the right direction, but they may just need to be smart, or like it says, the resourcefulness, especially in business. So they could be somebody right now who's just trying to do their best and trying to create this abundance. And it looks like how I just said, they're well on their way, right? And so that could be something that's also inspiring to you as well. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but a motorcycle, one of my neighbors just started a motorcycle. It was really loud. But yeah, so there's somebody who's right now is really all about their finances, really all about their money, and they're really invested in their future. And that could also be something that's very telling to this connection and what they want from you. If there's somebody who's already very future oriented in their own life, in their own business, they're probably looking for that in their relationships as well. At least that's what the energy is looking like or feeling like. And like I said, with the inspiration, like they could also inspire you to make wiser choices financially, or to come together. And that could just make you feel really confident or comfortable in this person in the future, of like, okay, this person seems like there's somebody that can be reliable, right? They have like a good head on their shoulders. They're trying their best, you know, they're well on their way. And so with that being said, you're like, okay, I feel like that can help me open up and open my heart to this person as well. They don't feel like they're very reckless in the choices that they're making financially, which again, that can also reflect their inner self on what they're looking for and other things here too. We have the semi-square, or the square to semi-square. So this is a card of, it says tension. Now, there could be some things that you and this person may bump heads with. And that is what I'm feeling like, maybe that later on message of communication here, right? Sometimes we have conflicts. Sometimes we have inner conflicts within ourselves, specifically when it comes to opening up. We see that all the time in connections, even with the partners that we're meant to be for the rest of our life, right? There will be some sort of inner conflict or outer conflict. There will be some sort of tension and things like that. the goal here and the point here is all about how this person and you works through that, how you move through that. Tension doesn't always mean, or conflict doesn't always mean you need to run and hide. It doesn't always mean the person isn't meant for you. It's about how you choose to resolve any sort of conflict and things like that. And I'm hearing that when it comes to the emotional aspects of this connection, there may be a little bit of tension, right? Feelings are very vulnerable. Things are very sensitive. This person may just have an innate sensibility when it comes to you, or innate sensibility. I meant an innate sensitivity. I apologize for that. An innate sensitivity, and so that can make things a little tense at times too. Also, with this passion, you know, things can get intense and they can feel whether it's a bit scary or like you just okay. I'm hearing from spirit that because of the intensity and like the emotions here that they're feeling for you, when there is tension, it feels very heightened, because this is a situation and this is a connection that this person is really not going to want to lose. And you're a person that this person is really not going to want to lose, right? And with how good things seem to be, even if this is like initially how good things seem to be, how good it feels, how amazing it is, like whether it's the sex life, the emotional aspects, are all of it, right? It feels like something really good. And so that can cause sometimes a little bit of tension when maybe you guys don't necessarily agree on things as well. And so I am seeing that, yeah, especially with this here too, I am seeing that communication is something that is going to be very much highlighted with this person and with you. And like I said, it's all about how you work through the conflict. It's all about how you work through the tension, how you show up and how they show up for you. That is actually what builds stability in relationships. That is what builds confidence in relationships. When you guys can have a disagreement, when you guys can bump heads, when you guys can, you know, maybe have an issue come up or something like that. And if you and this person continue to show up to work towards it, to work through the conflict and be able to find middle ground or find solutions, or at least, you know, just say, hey, maybe we don't have to agree on this right now, or maybe this is hard right now, but you know what? I want to make this work regardless, and I'm not going anywhere, at least anytime soon, right? And I want to stay here and I want to work through this because I feel like you are worth it. That is solid bricks that you are building for a foundation for a relationship, especially going from new. And sometimes conflict, it can be what makes connections not last, right? What makes people run, right? And stuff like that. So like I'm saying, the more you work through this and this person is able to work through this with you, which I do feel like there is an innate desire for this. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this is somebody who's going to want to maneuver through the conflict, want to ease the tension here with you. You're going to have more trust in future conflicts that arrive. And eventually, you know, the goal is to get to a point where when conflicts do arrive, because they are inevitable, and I would be a liar if I said, oh, you guys are, it's going to be perfect and rainbows and sunshine and you guys are never going to fight, and they're going to agree with everything that you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so you build the confidence and the stability in that to when conflicts do arise in the future, it's not as earth-shattering. It's not as groundbreaking. It's not as scary, because you're like, okay, I know we're going to get through this. Hey, we've gotten through worse. Hey, they've stayed by my side. They've reassured me in ways that they can, right? You know, and with that being said, you know, I feel less scared, right? It just feels better. And then you'll get to a point, like maybe like if this goes to old age, right? Where you guys have conflict, and then you're like, yeah. and then you're like, yeah, well, we're just gonna love each other anyways after, you know. And so you get what I'm saying, right? And it's all about how you work through that and how this person works through that. Well, I do want to use the tarot to get more information about this. I feel like there's more. In fact, I have lots of questions to ask here too. Oh, we have confidence. So I think that that's actually telling. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's telling to what this person is going to want to bring to the table here. Of course, this is about them too. So they have their own sense of confidence. They have their own sense of swag, their own sense of inner stability and inner knowing about themselves, which seems really cool. But confidence is something that they're going to want and probably want to provide in this connection here as well. And I don't think that's a coincidence that we were using confidence in the keyword for this one here. We have determination. Oh, I love that. I do think that this is somebody that's going to want something in the long haul with you. This does feel like, too, with this money and determination, this person is a very goal-oriented person as well. But it kind of looks like with you, they just feel that extra oomph, determination to see this through, to see where it goes. We have a mountains here to overcome these obstacles. And like we were talking about, create that confidence in the connection that you and you need to feel safe. You and this person both need to feel safe. I'm really drawn to, like, I'm gonna hold it up so you guys can see this circle here, how it kind of in the heart chakra, it kind of goes out. It looks a lot like the circle at the top or the pinnacle of this mountain. And my intuition is really drawn to that too. So I feel like they're going to be determined to open your heart or even open theirs into, like, you know, to have that loving connection, that relationship where it does feel like it's from the heart. I like how we also have, I know I said this a little bit before, but I like how we also have that passion and then that heart energy after, because sometimes, you know, if you just have the passion, it can be not as loving, right? Not as emotional. Like, yeah, there's that attraction, but the person's not feeling what you actually need to feel emotionally safe or to have that connection that you want to last for a long time. That could be something that dwindles out fast, right? And vice versa. If you have like that heart chakra connection, but there's no passion, there's no attraction there, that can feel kind of frustrating as well too. And it can still feel like something's lacking, even though you guys are both maybe like emotionally compatible. You may not be physically compatible. And that's something that is important as well too. The physical aspects are usually the initial, right? Which is why I love that we had that the first part. That's usually the initial spark. And then you got to develop the emotional after, because that can only take you so far. That'll only go so far. Even if you think someone is so freaking attractive, you're willing to stay by their side forever, even the attraction looks fade, right? So you need something more. And I feel like that this is saying that this does have the depth to do that. And this person has the depth to do that. We have the 5th house and we have the waxing gibbous moon. Apologies for this. This is like one of my older decks, and this has probably been with me and traveled with me and everything like that. And we're resourceful over here too, okay? We don't need to throw out old decks if we like them and they work. Okay, so the 5th house is all about dating, and it's all about fun, and it is about that passion. It's also that Leo energy, but I do want to say the 5th house also is the realm of children here too. So this person, whether you'll know, obviously, when you meet them, if they have children, that could be something significant, but this could also be something that they're interested in too. If that's something you're able to do, like obviously physicality wise or gender wise, or like, you know, if you date, like, an example would be if you're a male and you date males, you know, then that could be something maybe later down the line if you like adoption and stuff. But if it's like something that you're not into or you're not wanting to, this message it doesn't have to be for you, is what I'm trying to say. Waxing gibbous moon. They're pretty developed, you know, probably for the most part, but I think that they're still perfecting themselves in ways and learning and growing in ways, and connections are a great way to do that too, right? And I think that they're able to look at the finer details of a situation and want to nourish that. Like also, like, you know, with you and this person, like you get the initial seeds planted, they sprout, right? And sometimes people get lazy. You know, this person is still going to want to nurture this connection. They may even want to pick up if they feel like they messed up and things like that. They're going to want another chance. And I'm not talking about maybe something bad. It could also just be like this, right? The miscommunication or the arguments, or sometimes we don't respond always, you know, with conflict with love. And that's something that we all kind of naturally do too. But I feel like this person is going to give grace to that. I feel like this person is going to have more understanding for that. I feel like they're going to have a little bit more forgiveness when it comes to that too. And also with the 5th house as well, you know, they like to have fun. They're going to want to take you out. They're going to want to go on fun dates. Spirit, what else can you tell me about this person, this energy, before we grab the tarot? I just heard this person may not be your usual type. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. Sorry for the silence. I'm kind of like filtering through right now. With the 5th house energy here too, it might be really nice, but this person may like feel very like, they may feel very pushed towards like showing you off. Yeah. And with this waxing gibbous moon, they're definitely going to want to invest longer. Like these two cards together, like sometimes the 5th house can represent short-term dating and things like that, but along with the waxing gibbous together, I think that they want to take it further than that. So they're going to want to take this to the next level with you, maybe be exclusive with you. Maybe you guys become boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, non-binary. You get what I'm saying, right? But like they're going to want to take it to the next level here with you. If you guys are open to like open relationships and things like that, and again, general reading, but if you are somebody who doesn't or is not into monogamy, I think that the 5th house could also represent them wanting to dating other people and being okay with that too. But there may be a little bit more energy spent on you with this waxing gibbous moon. And obviously that's a very specific message, and you don't have to take that, just leave it for somebody else. It could literally be like just like one person. But yeah. Yeah. And with the waxing gibbous, it just means that this person wants to take their time and nurture this connection. See where it goes. Oops, I dropped a tarot card on the ground. Oh, we have the 8 of Wands, right? We were talking about that too. Yeah, I think this person is going to want to progress further with you though, and they feel such a strong pull. Hey, there was a motorcycle that started here too, and there's a motorcycle on this card. Maybe motorcycles could be significant for some of you. That's very interesting. Okay. Spirit, tell me more. Let's get this one out of the way. Tell me more about this square, semi-square, this tension card, Spirit. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star. You know, the Wheel of Fortune with this makes me think of just transits. Like maneuvering through the good and the bad, through the easy and the hard, and still, you know, offering that love and still opening up their heart and still wanting to show up in ways. And I think that this can also represent too that this person may have been through, you know, the ups and downs and challenges in relationships or just in life in general, like we all kind of have. And so when it comes to this Ace of Cups, that full-on heart opening and things like that, with the Wheel of Fortune, it may not be something that's necessarily 100% easy, but it's something that they are definitely changing, right? And with the Wheel of Fortune being a card of like luck too, and being a card of like the ups and downs and stuff with the Ace of Cups, I do think that, yeah, they're going to want to ride the waves here. which I do believe could be why that message or messages were coming through of like, it's all about how you communicate through the tension. It's all about how you communicate, and like, and you know, it building the stability and things like that. So describe this person, Spirit. Who's next for pile 1? Who's next for pile 1? Okay, let's see what we got. Bottom of the deck now, we have the 6 of Wands. So when I said describe this person, what did we get? We got the 6 of Swords. We got the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Cups. Interesting that the 6 of Swords and 2 6s come out, because both of those cards and the number 66 can represent harmony, right? Wanting to have more harmony, more balance, more peace in the situation. So with the 6 of Swords coming out, this person is somebody that does not necessarily like conflict. They could be somebody who's in a transitional period of their life too. I know I said that it's all about how you work through conflict, and that could be a good sign too, you know, of like, okay, they want peace. They want stability in a relationship. They don't want fightiness. They don't want pettiness, you know, with that kind of 5 of Swords type of energy. They maybe also have moved on or recently moving on, or have had relationships in the past that had that, right? That they were, whether they were toxic or like mean, or they just weren't what they were looking for. So it kind of feels like this person is in the energy of looking for something different. Like I said, they're probably in a transitional period in their life, maybe from one way of being, one way of doing things. When you meet them, you could spark some inspiration in them as well. Like this meeting between you and them could be very important on where they're actually going and where they feel led to. Like almost like I'm getting a message, like you have some important information for this person that they are really, really needing at the time that you come across, whether that's your wisdom, what you're offering. You're making it look like, okay, wait, I can have this type of relationship, or maybe I do want that, or maybe I do deserve a lot better than like the past and stuff like that. Maybe I do want to communicate things very clearly and stuff. Like it just feels like you have a lot of knowledge for this person, and that could just be through the way you guys interact as well. We have the 8 of Pentacles. So this person is somebody who is hardworking. Again, that message of like they're in the process of creating something or working on something that can develop into probably lots of financial abundance, but it does take their time, and it does take hard work. So right now, work is very important to this person as well. We have the 6 of Cups, another specific message again with kind of like that 5th house. This person may have children, or they may find importance in children, or maybe they just really want children too, or they're open to looking at that as well. And then the Knight of Pentacles here, they feel like it's okay. They want to go slow. They're not in a rush. They want to be providing you with things that you need. This is a good, the Knight of Pentacles, I think, besides the Knight of Cups as well too, but the Knight of Pentacles, I think, is also usually a positive sign. Sometimes the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, when it comes to relationships readings, that can mean like, maybe they have, maybe they're like really fast, or they're moving through really fast, or they're not in that right energy for stability. I would say the Knight of Pentacles is. The Knight of Pentacles is open to it. The Knight of Pentacles is open to growing. They don't want to rush in. They want to make sure, you know, things are working and working for the long run too. And they're not afraid to take things slow and just see where it goes, right? Whereas sometimes the Knight of Wands can rush in. It's that passionate energy, and it just rushes in super hot, super fiery, but then it can burn out just as fast, right? Or the Knight of Wands can represent a person that isn't really, has the intentions to stay for the long haul, you know? But the Knight of Pentacles is somebody that wants something in the physical and wants to take it slow. And they're probably really practical and want to be really secure, and are really secure when it comes to relationships, at least at the time that they're coming across you. You know, I'm hearing this person could have gone through a lot of changes in their life recently, and they could just be in an energy that just matches yours so perfectly. Another thing about the Six of Cups, though, I do want to say the Six of Cups can represent soulmates energy. It's such a softness. It's a loving energy as well, too. And it also can represent our inner child and our inner child emotion. So that could be something that's very important at this time as well. Whether it's healing, it could be very healing, or it could be very hurtful. But the Six of Wands makes me think that this person just wants success here. They want things to work out. They even have the V for victory in their earrings here. Clarify the Six of Cups, Spirit. We have the Hermit. So we also have Virgo energy coming through as well. Oh, and we also have Leo energy at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I think that when it comes to self-development and inner work, whether or not this person this connection is going to require this, which every relationship is probably going to require it, right? It feels like this person has done a good amount on their own. Kind of reminds me of that waxing gibbous message. They've definitely done their own sense of work on themselves, but or they've matured to a certain extent. They've developed, whether even that's just through life and life experiences, right? But we're still perfecting ourselves always. We're still always kind of not always 100% there, and that's everyone too, though. Like, that's okay. And so I feel like with the Hermit being the clarifier for the Six of Cups, yeah, the work that they've done is going to reflect in the stability that they provide within you and within the connection. There's also, I feel like I said, there's always work to be done, right? Like, we're never 100% fully developed. And I can even vouch for that myself. Like, I go through Hermit phases, just like this person may be in a Hermit phase too, but I go through Hermit phases where I come out and I feel very developed. I feel like I'm learning all this information. I'm just like sitting with myself. It feels really good, right? And then I'll meet somebody, or you enter a connection where you realize, oh shit, well, maybe I do have this development to grow, or I am feeling like this because of that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's almost all connections that we face, but it's how you react to it. It's how you show up to it, and it's how this person will show up to it is what's going to reflect back to you. That energy. I have one more deck, and then we're going to get further confirmation. I kind of switched, though. Actually, let me see. I kind of switched last minute. Let's see. Tell me more about who's next. We have ears, listen. Oh, yeah. What was it? It was, with this tension card as well, it's not always just about what you have to say, right? It's about how you listen too. It's a big part of communication and a big part of resolving certain things. And I don't mean to just keep going back to this, but I feel like that was a message for that as well. But I do think that this person is going to be a good listener, and they're going to want to listen to your needs as well. Not just be on the defense all the time. We have the Owl with wisdom. Give me one more card for about this person, Spirit. Who's next? And who is this person? I want to get some timelines for you too, so stick around. Get one more card and then we'll tell me more about this person, Spirit. Ooh, we have the flames with illumination. I just heard I got a burning desire for you, baby. Number 21 being the World card as well. Oh, look at the bottom. We have column with stability. We were talking about that with the Knight of Pentacles too, and that like wanting to be like a stable figure. Illumination. What is this exactly? What does this person illuminate? Ooh, you will illuminate things within them. I was also going to say too, before I got interrupted, 21 being the World card. Transcendence is the key word that's coming up to me with that. Transcendence is kind of overcoming, right? Overcoming obstacles. Kind of like that top of the mountain energy here too. Regardless, this can illuminate, whether it illuminates the good qualities, this person illuminates the good qualities, the bad qualities that we so and believe in ourselves, the things, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like it's very intense, but with this ears and listen, I just feel like it's so beautiful. So it's like when those things happen, they will be able to listen. And this could just be like a common theme that keeps coming up here for you too, is because that could be something that's very important to you. It's something that's very important to connections, right? But if you've been in connections where you feel like communication was always the downfall, if you feel like you've been in connections where, you know, no one did, like they didn't listen to you, or your needs weren't met, or they didn't, you know, weren't able to meet you, I think that this is something that is going to highlight that, or like it says, illuminate that as well. I kind of want to see what it says in the book for you guys. And this is the representation of the flame, and we have the Ace of Fire. Ooh, information will be revealed. Be mindful of intensity. Just as fire can burn brightly, it can overwhelm. Find balance. This person could this card also represents honesty and entering a phase of initiation. Your awareness and perception is becoming more refined. You will see things clearly without illusion or confusion. Be open-minded and receptive to ideas that may come unexpectedly from unusual sources. I'm just reading up. They're like bullets, if you guys didn't know. So I'm like reading them. Your inner light is being called into question. Honesty always. Honesty is the best policy. With this illumination, I am feeling like through the energy intensity, right? Working through this, listening to each other. And the reason why I'm saying each other, and I say it goes both ways, is because it is not a one-way street with this. And I'm hearing that you make this person feel things very deeply, which makes sense. We have that fire and that heart chakra right next to each other as well. But all in all, the stability is what they're going to want to create here with you. And, you know, this connection could just illuminate parts of each other, parts of you, parts of them that were dormant before. That could be positive, and that could also be perceived sometimes in a negative too. But you can work through anything. And the positive parts is like, maybe this person is like, dang, like I haven't realized how much I've been like craving a connection, or craving stability, or craving somebody, you know, to just live life with until they came across you with that passion and that heart chakra energy. All right, where are we at now? I'm going to pause it really fast because I just realized I didn't bring the timeline deck here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, voila, I'm back with the timeline deck. Now, take this with a grain of salt here too. But we are just going to ask. The reason why I say take it with a grain of salt, because it is a general reading. So, let's see, Spirit. When is the timeline of this person entering pile one's life? Ooh, winter. So winter could be significant. We also have go flipping upside down. And I want to pull a couple just because, like I said, it is a general reading. So we're going to get a couple. When is this person? Okay, so we have winter in 6 months. The day, during the day, could be very significant. also underneath that we have not the right time, which just really means when the time is right, right? But I know you probably hear that all the time. Divine timing, when the time is right, when things are aligned. And I gotta tell you, I know it's annoying as hell to hear that, but it also is very true. Like some of the people that I know that I meet, like specifically, I have a very important person in my life right now, and I would not have been able to be receptive to them, or maybe even giving them the time of day, or they wouldn't have given me the time of day in their life if we didn't meet when we met, when we were supposed to meet. You know what I'm saying? So I know that that sounds so annoying to hear, like the spiritual people all the time being like, in divine timing, when things align and blah blah blah, but it sure as hell is true. There is something to that. Okay. Okay, so we have in the winter, or it's sometime between 6 months. This could also be too, anytime between now and 6 months from now too. What are some significant zodiac signs here for pile 1 with this person? Aquarius. Aquarius season, that's February, that's winter, end of January. February too. What are some significant signs? Libra. Okay. Libra's like October and the end of September too. And Gemini. All right. All right. We also did have Virgo and Leo coming out too as well too. Gemini is in May and June. What is the significant energy of this person, Spirit? Ooh, we have Mars energy. No wonder why we have that Ace of Fire and that Six of Wands and stuff like that. But I can say Mars can be sometimes a little, it can be a little aggressive too with that conflict and stuff. So I think that also this connection can teach this person patience as well. But don't get me wrong, we got that hot, heavy, fiery, passionate energy with that Mars too, and that go-getter energy with that Mars too. Mars likes to move in ways as well. Can also be, this person can have like a very masculine energy to them. What is the energy of the connection, Spirit? What is the energy of this connection? What is it bringing? Ooh, no way. We got Mercury, the planet of communication. Ooh. There's lots of mental energy with this connection here too. Lots of the way you speak. Again, I do think this is highlighting the fact that that communication is key. Communication is very, very important. And the way we communicate, the way we show up for each other too, again, creates the stability. We probably could have at that point in time just said it together. Say it together, kids. We create stability. Because how many times I've said it. What is a significant house, Spirit? Let's go more astrology. Significant house energy of this. 11th house, our hopes, our dreams. Oh, the collective energy. This is also Aquarius energy. For some of you, this could be like you meet this person through friends with this 11th house energy too. But for others of you, it could just be 11 or 1111 can be significant too. I was going to say something before I got interrupted with that. 11 is a master number too. So sorry. What the heck was I gonna say? Online. Thank you, Spirit. And especially with Mercury in the 11th house, you and this person could meet online, could communicate a lot online first, a lot over the phone. That could be very significant. That could start the development of this connection. There could be just lots of talking. And that also is a way to open up too. You know, you get to know each other and things like that. And especially with this Knight of Pentacles, I do feel like this is a connection where this person is going to want to get to know you in ways too. You may soothe or maybe need to soothe in ways. That Mars energy is what I'm hearing. But I do think that this person is also very direct, very blunt. They are very honest. And I think that that's also a positive thing as well. Okay, what are some significant initials here? Oh, right here it says the word John. I mean the name John. I don't know if it's spelled right though. Okay, so we have an A. We have a Y. A. We have a J. We have an O. Oh, we spelled the name Joe too. Or Jody. E. Hey, Joe. That's what literally that spells right now. I'm not doing that on purpose, I promise. We have an N. A T. An X. A W. A D. A U. We don't even think we got any doubles too. We just got lots of initials. We have C, an X, a V, and an I. I think we could spell lots of words there. Nutty or nut. Okay, that sounded really sexual, but after I said that. Actually, I'm gonna, oh, next, N-E-X-T. And we are on a reading now. Who's next? They're like, I'm next up. Next up, pile one. I'm going to let you guys look for any words or any significant words. Feel free to leave them in the comments too. Like, hey, pile one, these are some words that I found. Maybe they could mean something to you. You can write them down. I don't know. Say whatever you feel like saying, guys. But I am going to leave this reading here, though. So this was very interesting in seeing this person's energy and how it's going to work with you and how they want to work with you and stuff like that. So thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the messages. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoy creating them and relaying them. I mean, I guess I should say I enjoy creating these readings for you guys and relaying the messages here too. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of the love and all of the support that I receive. And it just means so much to me. And just, yeah, I just want to say thanks again. Thank you to all of those as well who are subscribed, who are a part of the Vibrant Soul Tribe. I love you guys. I see you guys. And I am, again, just thankful for you too. And even if you guys don't show support through the comments and things like that, if you just do a simple like, that's such an easy way to support. And it shows a lot for me too. So thank you. And it means a lot to me too. So thank you. And yeah, so if you guys aren't a part of the Vibrant Soul Tribe, you can subscribe now. And I will see you in the next one. Or maybe some of the timeless tarot content I already have posted. But I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Opalite Crescent Moon or the Prism deck, you have found the right place. So today we are asking, who's next? Who's next for you? Who's next in line in love for you? Who's lucky enough to be next in line here for you, pile two? So I hope you guys are comfortable. I hope you guys are relaxed and ready for a reading today, because we got a lot we're going to be looking at. These are one of the most detailed ones, okay? My singles ones. I try to get as much information as possible for you. So on that note, if you feel like maybe grabbing a pen and paper or anything that you would use personally to jot down notes or information, it could be information that stands out to you, information you want to come back to, information that maybe you're questioning, right? You can write your own notes, like, so blah, 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 question mark, does that align? Does that make sense? Things like that. Really, I'm just going to leave it up to you, but I'm just throwing out things. We're also going to be getting zodiac signs, like time frames and initials, and that could be something that you may want to write down again so to come back to at a later time. Other than that, the only thing else I want to say too is that sometimes when I do these single readings or I do the future like prediction readings specifically in love, you may receive, or I get comments sometimes of people coming across an energy that they don't like. That they're like, I don't want to date that type of person, or maybe there's just certain traits that don't align with things that they like or their values or whatever it may be, right? With that being said, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't even have to listen to this reading. But there could be reasons on maybe why you're receiving a reading like that. Like maybe spirit knows that you're not going to be interested in this type of person because they do this or they have this to work on and stuff like that. But maybe you're watching this reading, for example, to recognize these things early on so that you don't have to second guess or waste time, or you know, you can immediately recognize these things because maybe this reading was fresh, or maybe you hated it so much that it stuck with you in your mind. and so when you meet like maybe the next person and stuff and they're starting to show these traits, you're not going to second guess your intuition, or you're not going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to say, oh, well, maybe I'll see what else is out there, you know, or maybe I'll just decide, or maybe you'll just keep your eyes open, right? Maybe you'll continue on, but you'll just be like more aware and just more like, you know, keeping your eyes peeled in that sense in this too. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be many different reasons if that is the case for you. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm saying it does happen, and that's okay. Also, your feelings are valid, you know. If you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody. Period. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this energy though. We're going to be seeing as much information as possible about it. So we'll give you the chance to be the judge of that. And also just take these readings too with a grain of salt. They are general readings as well. So whatever feels right to you, if something does not feel right to you, it does not make sense to you, it just means that it probably isn't for you, whether that's the whole reading or just specific messages throughout, okay? Okay. Let's go. So, who is next for you in love? Spirit, if you could please tune me in to my Pile 2's collective energy and the collective messages here for who's next in love for my Pile 2. May this reading offer them insights into this person, clarity that they are looking for, answers that they're wondering too in regards to who's coming next in love for them. Please and thank you, Spirit. May this reading just be anything that they need to hear in regards to that as well. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, enough yapping. The first card that we have for you is confidence. Okay. We love a confident person around here. The fact that this is the first card too, I'm also getting this could be a first impression that you get from this person. Like when you first meet, you're like, oh, this person seems very confident. Oh, I like their style. Oh, they must have confidence in order to like rock those kind of like clothes or that kind of style and make it look good too. They come off very self-assured, very confident, very certain. There's something about the way they speak too. They speak with intention, it seems like, or like they speak with certainty. They may know certain things or just have knowledge behind certain things, but yeah. And I'm getting that maybe this person has like a certain swag about them, where you can think that they're very cool, or maybe they just think they're very cool, and there's nothing wrong with that too. There's nothing wrong with confidence as well. Confidence is always a good thing. It's kind of when it gets too inflated, right? The ego gets too inflated that it can be a problem, or when we only find confidence in outer validation. But those are just examples. I'm not saying that that's this person. In fact, I think that this person is very confident within themselves. And I think that that exudes too. Another thing too, is confidence can project. If they project that confidence into the connection between you and them, or into anything that they decide to invest their energy into, that makes the other person feel more secure, right? If I'm confident about myself, my abilities, and what I have to offer, and I'm confident in relaying them and offering them to you, that can make you feel more secure in this connection, or secure to mirror that back as well. And if they're just investing that energy, it makes you feel very confident. The next card we have is Pisces. Okay, so these two cards together I think are kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we'll start off with the obvious. This person could be a Pisces, or they could have significant Pisces placements. Maybe the month of March is significant for this connection, or the end of February, right? But I do think though, that this person, all in all, like on the outside, there's this confidence, and they still can be confident on the inside and be sensitive, right? I do feel like this person is very sensitive on the inside. They could also be very naturally intuitive as well. They can be very naturally in tune to other people's energies, very good at reading people, very good at picking up on things, kind of all of that 12th house stuff, the unseen as well too. But also this person could just have a tremendous amount of depth to them than just what goes beyond the surface, than just what meets the eye. They could be somebody who's very emotionally in tuned, or they're just somebody who naturally feels very deeply. Very empathic. Yeah, and Spirit's saying they're able to pick up on other people's emotions very easily as well too. They may actually be like a sponge and absorb other people's emotions and other people's moods quite easily too. I'm not quite sure if they're aware of that though, depending on like how they are, because Pisces could also be they could be very spiritually inclined or spiritually in tuned. Sometimes Pisces and intuitive energy can come naturally. Like if somebody has a lot of prominent Pisces placements, they could be somebody who's very practical, like maybe that's just how they view things, or they view themselves. Like they don't even have to be spiritual, but they could just be naturally very intuitive. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even have to have the awareness to it of like, oh, this is my intuition. They're just naturally like that. Yeah, so we have rest being the next card, which actually I feel like goes hand in hand with that Pisces message. We were talking about them being an emotional sponge. This person could be somebody who takes their self-care very important. They may like their alone time. They like to rest when they go out or they interact with lots of other people. They're like, okay, now I need time to myself, right? And they could be in a period of rest when you meet them as well. And what I mean by that is like, for example, like a period of rest from dating. Maybe they're like, I haven't been dating for a while, or I haven't really been interested in that. I've been kind of giving that a rest. Or maybe they put like love and finding their significant other to rest at that time too, or they're kind of just taking a break from stuff. And that could be very important to when this person comes into your life, or like where they're at in their life as well. But yeah, I do think that this person does like their alone time. They like to relax. They like to unwind. And that could also be that could be due to this Pisces energy too. That energy is known to actually need a lot of time to rest, or need a lot of time to process, decompress, and stuff like that. So that's something that could just be very important to them. But I feel like self-care is also in that, mixed within that here too. We also have the Wheel of Fortune with change with the diaphragm. The diaphragm is connected to the lungs, I believe, right? It's like what suctions the air or something like that. Suctions the air so that air can go into the lungs. For some reason, that's coming through as like taking a breath with this rest here too. Just kind of like another add-on. But the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a fated energy, right? Sometimes it feels like when the Wheel of Fortune comes into our life, we meet this person for divine reasons, like it was orchestrated. And then also the Wheel of Fortune can be when we kind of have to surrender and we feel like we don't have control over a situation. So I think that that's very telling to, again, when this person is coming into your life, or this could be somebody that you are destined to meet. Now, for that reason, we don't quite know yet, right? I'm hoping, we're hoping for the best, of course, as always, but like, I mean, there could be many reasons too, not always just one. And this person could be going through, since it is the Wheel of Fortune, it is change in this deck. This person could be going through a lot of changes in their life at the time that you're coming across this. This person could also be somebody who's willing to adapt to you in two different connections as well. Pisces being a mutable energy. Mutable signs are mutable because they are in the seasons where the seasons are changing, right? They're in that in between. Whereas fixed signs is like in the middle of the season, right? Or it's like it is that season, right? When you're transitioning into the other seasons, that's where the mutable signs are. So this person could be very adaptable too. They could be used to having to change, or they're willing to change, or maybe even not. I think that they're willing to change for connections, but for you. But I feel like the message really with that is this connection and you and this person could bring forth a tremendous amount of change in each other. Like, things could change when you guys come together, if that makes sense. And I think that they're able to recognize when change is needed. And that's something that might be very important, or might be coming up very importantly, because that's something that has to do with the connection between you and them. We have the tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. And we also have crown, honor and respect will come to you. Ooh, I just heard that this is somebody that's not always easily convinced. Easily convinced in the fact of, like, it takes time for them to feel people out. Although they feel like they can pick up on, like, or they know that they can pick up, or they can pick up on people's, like, their moods and their emotions really easily. When it comes to trusting and letting people in, they like to develop things slowly. They like to develop the relationship slowly to make sure that you're somebody, or just you, people in general too, that somebody is who they say they are, who they think they are. They may not want to rush in to connections very fast, in that kind of sense, that tortoise energy of, like, slow and steady wins the race. They may be the type to kind of want to take things slow, move a little slowly, and and stuff like that. They also, this is somebody who thinks very highly of themselves in that way too. And I think that it's not that they're, okay, so the way that this is going to sound kind of rude, because it's not that they're rude to people up front. I'm not picking up on that at all. But they are kind of like, they have this mindset of, like, respect is deserved, or, like, you know, if you're able to show me your qualities that I deem, you know, I guess, worthy and stuff, you know, I'll have so much respect for you and stuff like that. But until then, it's like they kind of need to take things slower. They need to move forward in a way where that they feel safe, or they feel like they're giving their time and energy to somebody who, again, they deem worthy. And yes, I do think that, like I said, they think very highly of themselves, and they probably want a connection and a person that they feel is going to reflect that, or is going to give them what they feel they deserve, which is like normal, because you're probably doing the exact same thing too, right? Like, when you meet somebody, or you meet a person, you're like, I'm not going to just say, let's get married the next day. I want to make sure that this person has the qualities that I look for in a partner. This person's going to treat me the way that I deserve. This person is going to deserve that respect from me, and they're going to want to show me, and, like, you, them too, vice versa, show each other that this connection is something, like, that's worth putting this time and effort into. But maybe things might start a little slow with this tortoise energy at first. Oh, we have patience in reverse, so maybe after that things might start picking up. Oh, I heard pressure. There's something here. I think that this is important for the connection here too, that this person, with the change, they may do things differently here with you. They may feel more of a pressure here with you to pick up that pace. Maybe at times, sometimes they're so patient and too patient that it starts to cause issues. Like, maybe they're too slow at times, and, like, they need to kind of advance. Like, for an example with this would be, like, if you're talking to somebody and things are getting, like, serious and stuff, and the other person is like, okay, are we going to make it official? And they may be sometimes hesitant to do that. But I'm also picking up on, this is challenging them to change in that way as well. I kind of feel like this person may have spent, or be currently spending, a lot of time by themselves. And so they may by themselves at the time that you're coming across this, or yeah. And there's some sort of pressure here building with this patience in reverse. And it's like, okay, maybe I've been taking things very slow, but so now I'm kind of looking for something more serious now. Now I'm like, I don't want to waste any more time. Like, specifically, this could be when you come into their life too. Like, they may feel more ready at that time than they did before. We're going to get the tarot to clarify. I'm definitely going to look into that. Actually, there's already a few that I want to look into, but let's talk about these two. So we have Sagittarius with expand. We can see that Jupiter right here too. And then we have North Node with future. So again, just like the Pisces, this person may have significant Sagittarius placements. Also, Jupiter is significant to Pisces and to Sagittarius, depending if you do the more like newer rulerships as well, or some people take both. Like some people take the ruler Pisces is Neptune and Jupiter too, but we do see kind of like similarity with that here as well. Jupiter is all about expansion here too. So the Sagittarius energy coming through this person, I believe, especially the time that you come across them, they're very future oriented. So they're not looking to date for, excuse me, I'm burping. They're not looking to date. Oh my goodness. This person could be in a current process of release as well due to that. But sometimes when I'm channeling and I got to release some stuff, that happens too. So honestly, it's most likely me. But back to what we were talking about. That expansive energy of like, I want more for myself. They're like, I want better for myself. I want more for myself. I want to see what else is out there. And I think that could also be indicative of this tortoise energy, used to taking things slow, probably want to take things slow, but then also I want to see what the future holds here too. Okay, I'm tired of being patient, especially with pile 2. I'm tired of being patient. I want to see where this goes. I want more. And the future, the North Node future card, definitely shows that they're very, again, future oriented. They're not wanting to waste your time or waste anyone else's time, right? They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about the connection. They're thinking about the qualities that they would want in the future, where, your guys' goals may align and meet up, how you can like work together well in the future. Like, these are things that they look for in partners as well, not just something right now. They're honestly, I think, in this energy when you come across them of like, I'm looking for somebody that is willing to grow with me, who's willing to develop with me, who wants a future, who doesn't just want a one-night stand or things like that, And with all of this Jupiter energy, with the Wheel of Fortune here too, there's like this luck kind of striking, or maybe this person feels very lucky, or you feel lucky to have met them, and it feels very aligned and it feels very good. And so there you got them in that mindset too of like, okay, let's see what the future holds. Let's see what's going to happen here. This could be somebody who sets their sights high too on connections. They have high standards as well. That kind of reminds me of that, what we're talking about, that crown, that respect and honor will come to you. They have high standards. They think very highly of themselves, and they want a partner that reflects that as well. Expansion is all about development too. And with this change, yeah, you definitely meet this person at a time in their life where their whole mind and life may be expanding, like their mindset and what they want, and just be going through a lot of changes, wanting that future development here. I just heard no more sitting idly by. They could be in a change in their life where they're like, okay, I want to create now. Okay, let's pick up the tarot. What is this patience in reverse, Spirit? Tell us more about this patience in reverse. Ooh, the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is the future card too. I feel like sorry. Let me think a little bit. There's something about communication towards this. My throat chakra feels very, well, my throat feels very itchy right now. And so one of the things that they could be working on is communication. Communicating their wants and needs. And I think that that's something that's opening up for them too. Because as I'm talking about it, it starts to open up, it starts to expand, and it feels less tight. But I think that right now, because of this energy that you're meeting them in, they're like, I want my future. I want my person. I want, you know, all of those things. And so with you specifically is what I'm hearing, that it's challenging them and making them want to move forward here. Making them want to push through any sort of like reservations. If that makes sense, it's like that's one of the things that's changing. They may be surprised when they meet you, actually, how quickly they want to develop this connection. Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking my time a little bit with you guys. I want to be very careful, and I want to make sure all the messages are coming through very clearly. The Ten of Pentacles is what we put our time and efforts in to develop that future here too. So at the same time, this person is used to being very careful, right? Very careful. They don't want to waste their time. They don't want to allow anyone in their life that's going to just waste their time, or anything that's just going to come crashing down. This may have been learned through past relationships, past connections that they spent lots of time in, that kind of just had that happen and stuff. And so there's a bit of hesitancy I'm getting behind this, but also so much curiosity of wanting to push and develop here of what this future is going to hold with you. And we have lots of, again, cards of future oriented. And I just can't help but to keep getting that message too of like where this person is normally very patient. When this connection arrives, they start to get impatient. Okay. So let's just see what cards, tarot cards come out too. Spirit, tell us about this person. We have the Knight of Swords. This person could be very direct. We have the Page of Cups. Tell us about this person, Spirit. Who's next? Who is this person, Spirit? We have the Empress. And we have the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. Actually, let's get some clarifiers. Clarify this Eight of Cups for me. We have the Nine of Cups. I love that. That's always the one that comes after, because that's why. Clarify the Knight of Swords for me. Ooh, I love that too. We have the Two of Cups. And clarify this Empress for me. We have the Seven of Swords, and clarify the Page of Cups. Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Okay. Well, on this note, this person, I feel like when it comes to communication about this relationships, they are very direct. It kind of feels like there is a sense of honesty here. If they want to be with you, you will know. If they don't want to be with you, they will tell you, I don't see this happening. I don't see this going any further, right? The only thing is I feel like with you, there's going to be this directness here. There's a little bit of hesitancy that we're seeing, but I want to say that's natural. I want to say with this Empress, you know, when it comes to fully being vulnerable and fully opening up and being receptive, they may have wounds surrounding trust, right? And things like that. And that's something that this Patience card may require, right? Trust isn't something that we always just initially give either. It is something that can and has to be built and has to take time. At one point in time, you know, when we were younger, with the Page of Cups and things like that, when we were younger, you know, and more naive, we kind of go through life fully trusting people, right? Like, for an example, would be like maybe your first heartbreak. You fully open up and you trust and things like that, and you realize, oh wait, this person wasn't, I ignored all these red flags, and it wasn't what I thought it was here. And so I think that this is somebody that desires a very much sense of security in relationships in order to completely and fully open up and stuff. And that is something that does take time, which makes sense. We have all of these patient cards here. The Eight of Cups is kind of like you're in this energy of letting go of anything that's holding you back because you want what you want, right? Whether it's like you're leaving a situation or you're leaving a past behind or you're going through specific changes, right? This person is on a journey of self-fulfillment, self-happiness, and that's all they really want out of these connections and you and anything, right? Is just to kind of be happy, because don't we all? Right? And I'm hearing that at one point in time, this person did kind of struggle with that. They may have stayed in connections, stayed in situations where they weren't as happy, or they were waiting for something, or maybe that they were deceived and things like that. And so these are things that I think that this person is probably, that's probably referencing the changes, is what I'm saying, because I'm feeling like these are things that this person is working through here. Okay. And I think that they like when they have that reassurance, but they also kind of need that pressure at the same time to push through. They require and they really desire a connection here that's going to make them feel, or a person that's going to make them feel safe and secure. But you also can't make this person trust. You also can't make them see something, you know, all the time for what it is. They kind of have to come into that themselves. And I feel like this is one of the reasons why this situation is bringing forth a tremendous amount of change in this person's life, changing how they do things, changing how they interact, right? And with that being said, it feels like the pressure of that, all of that pressure that we were feeling, is for basically letting go of any of the things, the issues, the blockages that aren't serving them, in order for them to have this happiness and this fulfillment. There's a very sensual side to this person that I think that they're hesitant to relay as well. But again, that may open up with time here too. With this Empress card and the Seven of Swords, they may be somebody who just loves to love, like we said, very sensitive. But that sometimes can come at a price, right? So they could be very careful, and sometimes they may play their cards a little close to their chest. And that's something, again, that it just feels like patience is something that is a theme with this thing. Like, you know, you can't like, and like I said, like, you can't just force somebody to trust you, right? They have to be able to. But there's an innate attraction that this person is going to feel towards you that's going to help them open up, warm up, and allow them to come into their true self. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of depends on, like, I think how the situation, like how maybe you are in the situation and the reactions and stuff like that. It's going to depend greatly on how they play out. But yeah, they find an equal give and take to be very important here as well. They know that. They know that. They know they have to give a little to get a little. Just when it comes to that full vulnerability, they're definitely going to need a little bit of patience and a little bit of time. And that's like I said, that depends on you too and the connection. Like, obviously, if you feel like this person isn't giving you what you need, then you can decide, right? Or these could just be natural things that you and this person work through, right? Like, you show them that you feel that you're a safe person And, you know, like you just give them the time and things like that, and they're open and they're honest with you and they're direct with you, and vice versa, to where you guys allow all of these things to dissipate or dissolve and fully get to lean into a beautiful connection with a tremendous amount of potential here. Because it does feel like this person just want to be happy. And I think that they will let you know how they feel early on. They will let you know what they want early on and things like that. You won't have to question too much in regards to this. And, you know, we all just have our own shadows. We have our own things and our own issues. And I feel like sometimes when I'm like doing these readings, I do feel like sometimes people get like irritated when those messages come out. And this isn't all the time, right? A lot of you guys, a lot of the comments I get are so supportive, and you guys are like so amazing. But it's just, I've just noticed that sometimes it's like there'll people be like, well, you're so negative. Why do you only focus on the negative? And I feel like these are things that naturally come through with connections, right? Connections are so mirroring. And it's important to be able to expect that there's going to be sometimes challenges, expect that there's going to be sometimes hesitation, and not everyone is going to be as easy to deal with, right? Because we're not always easy to deal with. And I feel like if I left that part out and I just gave you all the rainbows and sunshine, which there is going to be rainbows and sunshine too, right? But if I just gave you all of that, I feel like that's also doing a disservice. And it's like, what are we even doing here? You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, though, does indicate confidence and security too. And and then we have the Lover. So I think that this person, all in all, I think that they're ready for something more. They're ready, when you come across them, they're ready to open up. That may, like we said, have challenges to face, but they feel like they're ready for something more. And I think that with this Wheel of Fortune, that divinely guided, there's definitely something very important about when this connection comes into your life. And they're also somebody who's naturally very loving in their soul, right? Like in their heart, that Pisces energy, that Empress energy. There's somebody who's naturally very loving, very giving, and like wants to just like care for their partner. But that's something that I think takes time too. Like they may have a little bit of walls up with that at first too. I'm not saying that they'll be mean or standoffish or won't care, but like with time, you can see how actually like soft and loving and open this person actually is, right? With time and trust, you know? Oh my God, now I'm hearing that song that's like, take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. It likes to feel. If you know what I'm talking about, that's how this song goes. But yeah, and so this person actually is tremendously sensitive, tremendously loving, tremendously giving, very direct. And yeah, they just, sometimes we all need a little bit of patience. We need a little bit of time. But I like that they're so future oriented at the same time too. I like that they want more for themselves. I like that they aren't always dwelling in the past. They're like, I want this for myself in this future, and I want a partner that is going to come along for the ride and something that's long term, right? We love that. Okay, let's get some potential time frames for you. We're going to move on to more of like the confirmation stuff. So what are some significant time frames for pile 2 in regards to this connection? Now, again, take this with a grain of salt because it is a general reading too. So, oh, good luck. Oh, the good luck with, at the bottom of the deck with that luck, like that kind of feeling like you guys meet like in such a lucky type of way, or like, oh my gosh, like it just happened to be that we met this way, or even if it was like something online, like, because that's how a lot of people like meet new people in these days, even if it's something like that where it's just like, oh, you just happen to come across them, like right time, right place kind of thing. So night could be significant. So whether that's maybe on the phone at night, maybe oh shoot, okay, maybe that's like on the phone at night, or maybe like you bump into them at night. Maybe they're friends with a friend, or you go out one night. something very significant about the night. Also night, I do want to say too, night is moon energy as well. So there could be a little bit of unknown with that, a little bit of mystery here. We have soon, and then we have a year. Now, it could be soon within this year for some of you too, sometime this year. So if you're watching this when I post it, we are in the still beginning stages of 2026, right? But this is also a timeless reading as well. So if you're watching this in 2027 or 2028 or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Soon, sometime within this year could be when you meet this person. For some of you, it is a year. And that's faster. I mean, for some of you, may be like, oh, what the hell, freaking whole year. It seems like a year flies by, dude. You blink, I swear to God, and a year is over. Okay, but yeah, I'm picking up with the soon energy though. Like for most of you, it's like within the year that you are currently in. Okay, what is a significant energy that this person is bringing? Oh no, okay, wait. No, we're gonna see the connection. Sorry, let me reword that. What is the significant energy that this person exudes, Spirit? The moon energy, shut the hell up. So I just feel like it could be heavy Cancer energy, heavy Pisces energy. The moon is also this dreamy type, like with that Pisces, like there could just be like this dreamy, like ethereal type of energy they bring in, but also a sense of mystery, right? A sense of unknown, wanting to know more. Maybe this person can be a little scary too. Like maybe when you're like interacting with them, you kind of like get like some sort of like fears coming out too, because you're like, oh my gosh, like not scared of them, like they're gonna hurt you, but like oh my gosh, like dang, like I kind of feel like really intense with this person, or like these feelings, and you're like, I want to know more. There's just like a mystery behind this energy mainly. So for some of you that does bring up fears, oh, that's natural too. As humans, we kind of tend to fear the unknown a lot, probably a lot more than a lot of us like to admit. But there's just this mystery of like wanting to know more. There could also be like this spiritual energy too. Like, yes, with that Pisces, but also the moon card is ruled in tarot. Well, he said Pisces with the moon, but like the high priestess is actually ruled by the moon in tarot as well too. So there's just like maybe this spiritual likeness to them, or this like unseen force that draws you and this person into each other. So much mystery, so much wanting to know more. What is, oh, I gotta be strict on myself, guys. I gotta keep it on track or else. Okay, what is the energy of this connection? The connection, Spirit. What is the energy of the connection bringing? It's the moon again. All right. All right. There could also be a sense of mystery as well that Spirit is wanting to like emphasize. The night, the moon comes out at night. That's not how it goes, but I had to sing it that way for some reason. All right. What is a significant house energy, Spirit, of this person to my pile 2s? And that'll probably make sense when we start talking about it, okay? 11. That came out in pile 1 too. So 11, Aquarius energy, our hopes, our dreams, what we wish for. I'm also hearing expansion with that too. Now I know that's usually Jupiter. That's the Jupiter code word, but like, yeah. Also 11th house energy with like connections here too. It could be like you meet them through friends or online. There's like such another keyword with the 11th house is like innovation. So like that, and it's kind of like that future expand, like that forward thinking energy. So this connection can bring that in as well. And 11 is also a master number. All right, what are some significant zodiac signs? Gemini. Gemini season is also June and the end of May too. Aries. Ooh, Emperor energy. I'm picking up on with this Aries too. The end of March and April could be significant too. If you want to write that down, you never know, you never know. And Aquarius. Okay. I just had a brain fart. When is Aquarius season? February. And the end of January. Okay. I'm so drawn again to this Queen of Wands here too. Ooh, that could be something significant about when you and them interact too. This person can make you feel very confident, very good about themselves, but also with confidence being the first card, they just exude that type of energy. So we have an X. Oh, we have two X's, which didn't we have like 10, 10, 10? No, that was something else. Never mind. No? Yeah, we did, didn't we? I hope so. I hope so, and I hope I'm not just saying stuff. We have two X's. We have a V. I just heard Vlad for some reason. I don't know if that's like Vladimir. We have J. N. E. A. Oh, we can spell the name Jean, or maybe jeans are important. Like this person could be wearing jeans or like a jean jacket or something. We also have D. We could spell Dean. D. We have M. Mean. Maybe this person, they don't mean to, but they come off sometimes as kind of mean. Oh, I hope not though. I'm seeing like with the JDN, I'm seeing like Jordan too. Z. I don't mean to just be getting all male names though. We have a D. Oh, meal. Something about like a meal. Maybe you guys go on a date together. Okay, so we have an L and R. We have two D's. Double D's. We have K. And that's it. J and D right here. We can do JD or Junior, JR. Well, let me know, guys. Let me know if you guys see any words or anything like that. And I think that's it. Do we have any more messages, Spirit? I was supposed to use this deck and I didn't. We have joyfulness and conflict. Any more messages here for pile 2 on who is next, Spirit? And then we'll go. I guess I'm just going the extra mile for you guys, huh? Any more messages here for who is next in love? I just heard enjoy the process. Ooh, we have new moon with beginnings. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, look, we have feline with independence here too. I mean, your own sense of independence is very important. That could be something that you've been working on or that you've worked to really come to terms with. But this is the number 1, the new moon of potential, of new beginnings, which is really interesting on why I heard enjoy the process. We don't have to have all the answers, but there's potential here. You know, you can have intention with this connection, and also with all this moon energy, the new moon being dark too, there's lots of, again, mystery. So enjoy the process. Allow yourself to experience, allow yourself to enjoy here, allow yourself to move forward with this bottom of the deck, the sense of independence. We have source under here, right? The flower of life. The bottom of the deck of the independence, and move forward with confidence. We have feline energy here too. There's so much about confidence as well. Confidence is key and stuff. But I love that I actually did pull this deck and we got the new moon, because this just means a new cycle, a new beginning, not something that you've done in the past. You know what I'm saying? So look at it with fresh eyes and Like Spirit said, enjoy the process, allow yourself to experience, and just see where it goes. Tons of potential, which I love that for you. Okay, so I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you to all of you who support the channel. Thank you to those who are subscribed, who are a part of the Vibrant Soul Tribe. I couldn't do it without you. I'm just so grateful for all of you and all the support. Even if you don't even comment and share support or share your experience and stuff like that, which I am grateful for all of you that do that as well. Share your insights, share your knowledge, share your messages. But even if you just like the video, that's something that means a lot to me too. And that's such a simple way to show support for the channel. So again, thank you guys so much. And I am so honored to be able to just do these readings for you. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the glyph deck or the crystal pyramid here, you have found the right place. So welcome, welcome. We have a lot we're going to be covering, but first things first, we are here to see who's next in line, who's next in love for you, okay? Who's lucky enough to have the privilege of experiencing Pile 3 and all of their magic. But yeah, I hope you guys are comfortable. I hope you guys are relaxed because it is going to be a long one. Actually, I feel like I should forewarn you. You guys specifically had the most amount of oracles come out and that I felt called to keep. So if I'm doing pre-pulled oracles and I say I get like 3 cards at a time, I'll just take one or the top one or something. But I honestly felt really pulled to keep all of them, which most likely means there's some sort of story involved or it's just as much information for you as possible. Which is a good thing, right? In readings like this. But I'm just warning you, this is probably going to be a long one. I'll try to kind of roll through them pretty fast or just as much as I feel like, right? I won't dwell too long, but I say that and I might. I don't like to make any promises because I be yapping, guys. I'm a yapper. Speaking of yapping, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates for you, what feels right for you. If it doesn't make sense to you or it doesn't feel right, you don't have to accept this energy. If you're realizing or you're thinking, I don't really like this person, or I don't really want this person in my life, or this doesn't seem like somebody I would be into or I would want to date, that's perfectly okay too, right? You are allowed to decide who you accept into your life, who you don't. If you feel like this reading is for you and you absolutely hate this energy or you hate this person and you're like, what the heck, but you still kind of feel like, well, I did pick it for a reason, there could be a reason. An example would be like, say you're noticing all of these things that you view as red flags or you just don't like, or it just doesn't align with you or your morals or whatever, you know, that's fine. And then maybe the next person that comes into your life because of this reading or like because of these like dings, like it's in the back of your mind now, you start to recognize these traits like really soon on. And so now you don't have to like waste your time or waste a bunch of time just to see or ignore your intuition. Or, you know, sometimes we do that. We're like, well, this kind of bugs me, but I feel like I want to keep going. You get what I'm saying, right? There could be a reason, right? And that doesn't have to be the reason. I've kind of explained that, I feel like, in all the piles. That does not have to be the reason. It's just an example of sometimes there's reasons. But I hope you guys like this energy. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy the reading. I am going to stop yapping now, like I said, and we are going to begin. First things first, let's set the intention and invite spirit in for you, pile 3. Spirit, if you could please tune me in here to my pile 3's collective energy and the collective messages showing who's next in love for them. May this reading offer them clarity, insights, answers, or just messages that they're needing to see, hear, know right now in regards to who's next in love for my lovely pile 3s. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I'm already kind of hearing stuff. I just heard authenticity. Authenticity could be an important theme when this person comes into your life. You could be feeling like your most authentic self or expressing your most authentic self, and they could too. And that could be very important for the alignment of this union, so to speak, or just you two coming together, in other words, you two meeting, so to speak, as well. Also, we will be getting like predictions on a timeline, like maybe when this person is coming in later on too, so feel free to stick around for that. Again, it is a general reading, so take it with a grain of salt. It may not fit everybody. We're going to be getting initials, zodiac signs, just a whole bunch of information. So if you feel like you would like to pause the video and get something to jot down notes with, just because it could be like an information overload, you're like, how the hell am I supposed to remember all that? You can use that to write down like highlighted things or things you want to come back to, things that really stick out to you. Write your own notes about it, you know, whatever. But you don't have to do that anyways. If you want to just sit back and relax and enjoy the reading, welcome, welcome. You can do that. Let's go. Let's go. I feel really hyped for you guys. Maybe this person has a lot of energy, because I feel like since I've started this energy, I've been like chilled, like, but also like I have like a little bit of like crackhead energy too. I'm like, let's go. So let's check it out. The first card we have for you is the number 13 is the first thing that stands out for me, but we have the horseshoe with fortune. Ooh, lucky horseshoe energy for the number 13. This person could be in a time in their life when they meet you where they are receiving a lot of fortune. I would say too that this could just feel like a very lucky encounter. You could just feel very lucky to have met this person, and vice versa. This person could just feel very fortunate to have known you, to get to know you, to have met you or get to meet you, whatever the case is, right? And I do feel like I'm hearing that with this fortune energy too, this person right now, like when you come in or when they come into your life, is really about their money. They're about their paper. They're trying to create a lifestyle for themselves where they have created a lifestyle. I almost got corrected there. Where they have a sense of independence, where they feel very good. To other people, they may look very fortunate. They may look very lucky, right? But we all know on the inside, that's not always the case all of the time. Although fortune and stuff is something that it is possible, you know, but we all kind of have to go through our own hardships and our own things to usually get to certain places. So, but this person, it just feels very good with this fortune energy. It feels very lucky. It feels like, oh my gosh, pile 3, I'm so fortunate to have you. Or maybe this person comes in your life too at a very fortunate time, like a very specific time, like right when you need them the most, or right when they have the most important things to offer you. So it's a very fortunate encounter. It's a very fortunate connection. The first card usually can be like a first impression type of energy too. Okay, this is where you guys got more cards than usual, so we're gonna do all these 3 at the same time. So the first card we have is the Emperor with authority and the brain. We have the Teeth with strength and resilience. Teeth always reminds me, and bones always reminds me of Capricorn energy, but we also have Aries energy and Leo energy very strong here too. And we have the 10 of metal with charmed. Ooh, charmed. Okay. Well, right off the bat, I do feel like this person with the authority and the Emperor, I do feel like they have created a very good life for themselves due to their own sense of structure, right? I feel like they have a good sense of work ethic. I feel like with this authority energy here too, there's somebody that you would trust their advice, right? They probably have really good insights. And with the brain here, I'm going to just flat out say it. I do feel like this person is very intelligent. I feel like they have a very sharp-witted mind, and I feel like their mind is a tool that they use to create success for them, to create abundance for them. And also, it could also be here with this charm too. They could just have a way with words. They could definitely be able to use that smart wit of theirs to charm you and make you feel really good and make you see great things about them as well. Now, the Strength card with the Emperor is kind of like the message I was getting a little bit with that fortune of like, right when you meet this person, they could seem like they're in a great place in their life. Oh my gosh, luck. Everything works out for them. But they probably have had to work really hard for the things that they have. The Strength card could also indicate it like personal life lessons that this person has learned to get to where they are now. They seem to be in a very important space, whether that's just physically, but also mentally, when you meet them, right? This person has changed probably a lot, but they're very developed, when you meet them, which I think is very important, again, to the alignment of when you and them come together. But yeah, the resilience and the strength is such a good trait to have. It shows grit. It shows that maybe things haven't come as easy. It shows that they're willing to put in effort. They're willing to work for the things that they like as well. And with the Charmed card, the 10 of Metal, I'm pretty sure this is indicating fortune too. This is a card of great things in life. And I love that we have these. So it shows that, yes, maybe on the outside with both of these energies, both of these cards, it looks like, oh, everything, it just works out for this person. It comes easy. But no. They have a built-in sense of character now because of the things that they've been through. And that could also be something that's not apparent. That could be something that you get to know through this person at the same time. Like when you get to know them and you get to know their story, you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't always rainbows and sunshine for this person. It wasn't always that easy for this person, but they did what they had to do to make their life what it is now. And I think that that can be something that's very inspiring for you. This person could be the type to motivate you in your endeavors, on your goals, whether that's like physical goals too, like working out, or like you have big dreams, or you just have things that you want to do too. This person would definitely serve, I feel, as a good inspiration and also a good sport, but they wouldn't let you just fall off and be the worst version of yourself. Like they are somebody who does want to motivate you, who wants you to be better, and who probably sees a tremendous amount of potential in you. And that's why they would be willing to want to put effort into this connection. Because with this fortune here, I'm getting on both ends that there's just something in the air that both of you are going to feel about each other of like, I kind of want to see what's up with this person. Like, I kind of want to see where this goes. Like, it just feels like there's this energy of a mutual, like, curiosity, but also a mutual, like, infatuation. And what I mean by that is that you just sense something is here, something important. And so you want to see more, you want to know more. And that could also be the start of your guys' cycle, right? Your guys' phase. I want to see, I'm telling you, I feel like this 10 of Metal card is like very on theme with this fortune card. Let's see what it says. Charmed, fortunate, blessed. The completion card for this element is one that screams all good things. It is luck in its purest sense, and is the indication of a charmed life where things seem to fall into your lap. You may not recognize it if your idea of being charmed is all yachts and mansions, but if you've always found yourself in work and have a loving partner and good health, you've won all the cherries in the slot machine. I love that message. Appreciate your good fortune so that it sticks around and the yachts and mansions will follow. Okay, so we have confirmation on, just with that little short message, we have confirmation on how you feel so blessed to have each other. You know, like you guys are gonna like eventually probably build a bond where you feel like, oh my gosh, like I feel so good to have this, like this person, this is somebody that you would want on your team, that you would want on your side, even if it's just for like brainstorming or if it's just for like finance things, you know. But I love that about the loving relationship. Like if you have that, like you're blessed too. And we also have confirmation that this person is very goal-oriented when it comes to their money, when it comes to their success and the things that they're trying to accumulate in life. The strength and resilience and the Emperor, that it makes me think that maybe in childhood this person didn't have that much, or maybe they could have came from like poverty, or they just didn't have the things that they have now. And so again, we're seeing that same message of like on the outside, this person, it looks so blessed and like they just, everything just falls into their lap, but they definitely have built character and grit through their experiences in order for them to get there, which I think is very beautiful. It shows that you're able to keep something too and appreciate it. If everything does just fall into your lap, that's when people get spoiled or they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like this person has that energy of like, no, I know what it's like to be without, and I've worked hard for this. And this could also be a reflection of how they go about this connection too, which is very important. If they have a good sense of character, if they have a good sense of structure, and also they're able to appreciate what they have in front of them, you know, let's trickle that into this love connection here. And it seems really good, right? That's a very good quality to have. The next card we have is, we have Paulus Athena with Think. Oh my God, this person is really smart. They're definitely someone who uses their intellect. This card is all about brain power too. We literally have the Emperor with the brain. This card is also about planning. And so they may be the type that thinks very, like, not even just future, but they plan, right? And they think about how things are going to work out. And I mean, maybe this person could be sometimes an overthinker at the same time, but this seems to mostly be in the positive aspect. So their mind is very brilliant, and it is a big asset for them. What else about this Paulus Athena? Oh, this represents like the feminine aspect of the mind, and we have the Emperor with the masculine aspect with the brain here of the mind too. So this person could actually have a good balance of masculine and feminine energy here too, almost to where it works really well, where they have that a good balance. I think in like the mind speaking, like if I were just gonna say what I think or what I feel personally, a good balance of feminine energy in the mind and the masculine is a good balance of knowing when to act and when to react and when to listen, when to think, be receptive, and, you know, those kind of things, since we're only talking about mental energy too. But yeah, they could just have a really good balance of masculine and feminine energy, which is really good because we have that in all of us. Also, your channel song was by Queen too. So this could be a pile for mostly, or not mostly, it doesn't have to be mostly, but a lot of my LGBTQ communities here too. Love that. All right, let's see what else we have here. We may go back to this one too. Okay, sorry. As I said, we may go back to this. I just heard planning for adventures too. Like this person could be a good person that likes to take the lead, or likes to, like, if you say, for example, you go on vacation with this person's going to be the type that wants to have the plan, wants to have the structure, wants to have the order, which I personally love that. I love when people are like that. Again, this is just my personal thing. I love when people are like that because it makes me be able to turn off my brain. Like I get to turn off my brain and be like, okay, just take the lead, you know, especially when it's someone that you can trust. Obviously, just take the lead and I'm just here to have fun. I'll follow you and like we can just go do whatever. And like I love that. Okay, so we have anger and we have sweetness. What polar opposites is that? Okay, first messages. Now, I don't condone this person ever being mean to you, and I feel like the sweetness card comes out to balance out the anger. I feel like the anger card can represent this person throughout their life, maybe up until the point that they come across you. Like this is like shortly before. They've kind of gone through the world with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Like they have something to prove. Like they, again, the fortunate looks like they've created this for themselves and they didn't get that, you know, handed to them and stuff like that. And so I think that they've learned to be less aggressive, less sweet. And this could also be very much towards you. You could bring out a sweet side to this person that makes them ease this anger, or makes everything feel less intense, or like not even that big of a deal, right? There could be like a symbiotic relationship between your energy and theirs that really does kind of balance this person, or maybe even mellow them out, because I think that also this person can be prone to taking things sometimes way too seriously, and life way too seriously. And at the same time, they're like, I need to enjoy the sweetness of life. I need to enjoy the things that I have in front of me right now. I don't need to be upset or angry about past things. It's time to release those burdens. It's time to let go of that and just enjoy. And I think that this person is really coming into that energy and flow flourishing into that energy when they see you. Now, this person could be sometimes a little prone to anger, and I want to say too, this would not be this reading if it was a form of abuse, okay? Well, I'm not talking about abuse or physical abuse, but you know, they may just have a little bit of a temper. Hey, look, I'm an Aries moon, okay? And I'm an Aries moon and a Sagittarius rising. So I've had to learn to control my temper as well too, especially when I was younger. I had a freaking mouth on me. And with the Emperor card being here as well, that shows maturity too. And so I think that even though they may still be prone to things like that, they've matured in a way when they meet you that it's not something that is either too much of an issue or they're able to own up and correct themselves. Okay. Another thing is too, is that you, like, I don't know if I said this already, so forgive me if I did, but you may just make this person a big softie, just bring out the sweet side to them. I can feel that. I can feel them like kind of having like a hard exterior, or looking very tough or rugged, or maybe even mean on the outside. And then on the inside, they're just a little sweetheart too. Spirit is kind of reiterating to that message of, or like kind of throwing that out there to that message of like, this person probably did have a chip on their shoulder for a long time, or they did have like things that they were upset about, probably through life experience. And with the strength and resilience, I can see that too. Like this person going through things, or have gone through things that probably weren't fair, but yet they builded this person's character. And so now they're like, I don't want to be that angry person. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to look at the world in this way. I want to enjoy all of the things that I've created for myself. And I want to enjoy where I'm at, and I want to enjoy the people around me, or the connections that I build. Now it's time for me to start enjoying that. And I do think that this wouldn't be coming up if you didn't actually, when you guys meet, because of this fortunate and because of this charmed and that like fortunate energy, you didn't have either an effect on that, or you push that further for this person. We have Ascendant. Okay. This Ascendant card specifically represents being your most truest, most authentic self. Opening up to the world, showing who you truly are, and not apologizing for who you are anymore, any longer, right? And sometimes with the Ascendant card, it can be almost like a sense of vulnerability of like showing up as your true self, even if you're not going to be liked. Even if not everyone is going to understand you, even if everyone's not going to see you in that way, if they're only going to see you the way that they choose. And I think that it did take a lot of things for this person to get there, but you will realize that this person is very, very authentic and stuff. And I think that that's something that you're going to like about this person here too. We have the Whale card with great worry over nothing. There could be a spiritual significance to whales in general. For some of you, if you feel called to, maybe like, or if you're writing notes, write that down and like look up to it later, like the spiritual meanings behind whales, spiritual energy. For some of you too, for pile 3, if you want to leave that in the comments. Oh, I love when you guys do that, when I'm like, oh, I can't remember, and you guys are like, here, I got you. Love that. That means we're helping each other out, okay? Because we're in this together. You can, if you feel called to though, if you feel like it's not important, don't worry about it. Don't do it. But whales do represent deep diving too, right? Whales, they come to the surface for air and then they go really, really deep. So there could be things about discovering what this person has under the surface, like the depth of them, right? Which is what happens when you get to know somebody deeper. So this could also indicate this person wants a connection with you that goes deeper, right? They don't just want shallow things as well. And with the great worry, it says great worry over nothing. I personally like when this card comes out when we are stressed, when we are wondering if something is going to work out for us. This card will come out when it says, hey, we're worrying a little bit too much right now. And so there could be a very important theme within this person about maybe sometimes they have stresses too, or maybe sometimes they get overwhelmed. And they kind of worry about things too, or they could be worried about how they come across to you. I know we're just talking about authentic and like 100% authenticity, right? But that doesn't mean that we don't have sometimes insecurities, even though this person comes off as very strong, very confident, and that's okay. This person could also be the type to, if you let them know your concerns, if you let them know your worries, they will want to reassure you. They will want to let you know, hey, you don't have to worry about that. Or they kind of come through with this dignified strength here too, that it may ease a lot of your burdens or a lot of your worries just to have somebody like this on your team, on your side. But just know that if there are okay, so a very specific message that's coming out right now is that because of like the way that you affect this person, like when you guys first interact or first meet, or maybe like the first couple interactions, you may quite make them nervous, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm worried, like, is pile 3 gonna like me, and stuff like that. And I like how it's like great worry over nothing, because it's like, you probably will. And maybe even vice versa, if you're worried about that too, like when you meet this person, just remember this, great worry over nothing, if that is something that comes to mind here too. Any other messages with this before we get the last oracle spirit? I just heard, oh, and that's what I heard when the card came out. I just heard, don't worry, be happy. So with all of this brain power, it's only bound to happen that sometimes your mind can, especially if it's always moving and you're always thinking, that's not always the best, right? It can create worries and create problems and stuff. And so one of this person's mottos, or there's something that they're learning, or something that maybe you may even help them with too, is to let go of don't sweat the small stuff, you know? And sometimes we just have to like not worry, and we have to be happy. Because I remember when I was shuffling that, I completely forgot when I was shuffling that with them, sometimes they fall out, like, or they fall like up, and I'll see it. And then like I literally heard like, don't worry, be happy. And the last card we have is abundance. Yeah, we have so much about, first of all, abundance isn't always financial, but in this case, I think that they are pretty well off or creating a lot of abundance. But abundance can also just be a lot of a good thing, or a lot of one thing, right? But a lot of a good thing, right? So this could be the potential with this person too. Like they just naturally create an abundant life wherever they're at, right? Just like, you know, if you are in a home, right? And like say, it just feels abundant if you have the right people in there. If you have the right partner, it feels good. It feels like the energy feels nice. It feels like things, just content, right? But as I say that, I'm also getting a message too that this person is a go-getter. So maybe the content isn't something that this person always settles for. They like to get more. They like to grow more. They like to receive more, create more as well. So abundance is just a major theme in this whole entire reading. Abundance and fortune, which we love to see it. So we're going to pull some tarot really quick. Get some more deets. Spirit, what else can you tell us about who's next for pile 3? Who's this person? Oh, I just saw the Magician. They are a manifester for sure. There's somebody that has a lot of power too. A lot of personal power. We have the Two of Cups. Ooh, this is relationship material. This is probably somebody that you will be in a relationship with the Two of Cups here too. This is somebody that you are going to feel a connection with. They're going to feel that connection here with you. The Two of Cups is that two cups, two people holding out their heart, their emotions, and coming together. I like that. I'm also really drawn to the, again, balanced energy here. We have somebody in the water. We have somebody on the land. That is a great balance. Right? That kind of like watery, emotional, spiritual energy with that grounded earth energy. For some of you, if you are an earth or water sign, they could be, again, a water or earth sign too. But like I said, we already have Leo coming out, and we have Aries coming out very strongly here too. You guys could have very important ascendant synastry, which you can birth charts are so intricate, especially like synastry charts too. But a major theme that I think of when people have synastry is a lot of the time it's like that instant, whether it's an instant attraction or like you just feel very drawn to this person. And it depends, again, what planets are in there, where their ascendant falls. Yeah. I was going to say something about my personal life too, but then I'm like, I don't know if it's relevant, or I don't know if it matters. Now that I said it, some of you guys are like, well, you might as well say it. I freaking said it. It's like, now that you mention it, you might as well say it. My boyfriend, I can't remember if it's my ascendant or his. One of our ascendants falls right into the 7th house. And right into our 7th house, a house of like relationships and stuff like that. I can't remember if it's mine or hers, but mine or his. But we were pretty much like, because of that, like we were pretty serious about each other like from the beginning. Like almost like to the point where we were like, is this like delusional? Because we're like we're like, we already want to be exclusive. We don't want to talk to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So like the synastry of like the ascendant can be very interesting depending on where it's at. But obviously this is somebody that you most likely, this is singles reading. So this is somebody that most likely you don't know yet. Or if you're watching and you know, that's fine too. But you get what I'm saying. So you wouldn't know that until like you get their information. With the 2 of Cups too, at the time that you come across this person, they could be looking for a relationship, ready for a relationship, looking for that connection, looking for their person, which means that's a good thing too. That means that they're open and receptive to that energy. We love that. We have, oh my gosh, no way. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles. They're looking for their partner, that person. Like I think that this is somebody that values themselves and wants somebody that they value as well too. This could also be significant for you and them. Also, earth signs, again, very prominent here, very significant. Both of you guys could be focused on your own kind of wealth here, since both of these people in here are looking right down at their coins. So this could also indicate too, like both of you guys have been working on your, whether that's your abundance, your money, your finances, your situation, or just focused on that when you guys come together. But also I want to say that Pentacles, King and Queen coming together is definite power couple. Like that is like, it's just really, I know I've been saying the same word because it's been coming up, but it's just very abundant energy. Also, this person is looking for their equal too, and you and them can just definitely click when you get the same suits, the King and Queen of the same suits too. That feels very much like soulmate type of energy, just because of like how much you guys have in common, or just how well you work together. Even if it is like that opposite energy, just it works together really well here. So yeah, we have the 2 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. This person is looking for their partner for sure. And I actually really like that, because it's showing that they're open and receptive to a relationship and they're going to take it seriously. Whereas somebody who's like, you know, you meet and you connect with instantly and there's just all of this chemistry and stuff, but they're like in the energy of like, well, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I wasn't looking for a relationship. There's that kind of hesitancy there. I feel like this is somebody who knows what they want. And I feel like this is somebody that will recognize your worth at the same time and your value at the same time. They don't want somebody beneath them. They don't want somebody, you know, that they have to change or anything like that. They're looking for a partner, which seems really cool. We have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Tell me more, one more thing, Spirit, about this person for pile 3. One more thing. What else? I saw the 4 of Wands too. We have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, I like that too. This person is very confident as well, but they also have this like fiery, fun type of energy to them. Ooh, Black Cat energy could be significant as well. And then also with the rabbits here signifying abundance. Again, at the same time. Are we seeing themes here? I mean, come on. Like, even in the cards, we're seeing themes. But with this Queen of Wands energy, I think that They're also somebody who's very attractive and physically attractive is what I'm thinking up to. And they have this energy of, it seems very, oh, I just heard authentic. It seems very authentic, and yet, sorry, sometimes I got to get a little quiet here. There's definitely going to be an attraction that you feel to this person. Whether it could be physical. Well, physical is good too, but also energetic. They come off as very confident. I also, with the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, this person could be quite intimidating as well. To some. And also with that Emperor energy here. What's something that pile 3 is going to recognize about this person within this person, Spirit? Ooh, okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands. One of the things that you're going to recognize within this person is the want to develop with them. Like, you're going to feel that pull. You're going to feel that, because the Page of Wands is sometimes our excitement, right? It's where we feel led. It's like sometimes it's our inner self that's like telling us to follow this voice. And with the 7 of Pentacles here, you're going to want to continue on with this person. Like, that's something that's very important. So like, if, for example, like, you know how you meet people and stuff like that, and it seems good at first, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm not saying you'll never doubt or you'll never question, but then you're like, I don't know. And then you kind of like fall off, or whether that's both of you or you decide, or vice versa. This is something that you're going to feel energized in when it comes to keep going. Like, you're like, there's something here that I need to see continue. Like, I don't want to give up. I want to put effort and energy into this person. And also, you're going to recognize that this person is probably going to want to do that with you, which is an important sign for somebody that is probably very prominent. It's going to be very prominent in your life. Is that's one of the main things, is that you don't want to give up on each other. You want to see this through. You want to see where it goes. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. We have Libra energy. And as I cut it, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The freaking card of luck, fate, all of those things too. Fortunate, Wheel of Fortune, fortunate. Okay. Let's get some timelines here. Ooh, for some of you, you may meet this person within the next week. Or see, there could be something very important about the next week here. A week from now. A very important week. Let's see, Spirit. Let's get some significant timelines here. I had one flip over. Go for it. This could make you feel like, okay, it's time to go. Like, oh, for an example is if you've been feeling like getting back out there and stuff, or maybe like creating like a dating profile or going out or something like that. Spirit saying like, go. It's time to go for it. Bottom of the deck, we have soon. Holy crap. Let's get one more. Since it is a general reading, let's see. Spirit, what is a significant time frame for at night? Ooh, we might come across each other at night. The way I said that reminded me of that SpongeBob episode. He's like, I'm taking out the trash at night. Good luck. So much about good luck and good fortune. I'm telling you guys, it feels like it's going to happen, obviously, when it's meant to happen. I know some of you are like, okay, I already know that. But at the bottom of the deck, we have not the right time. Oh, underneath that, we have now to 4 months from now. So anytime between now or 4 months from now. Here, I'm going to put that too, just because we'll see. And not the right time makes me think of, like, again, divine timing, when that time is right. When the time is right, right? And this Wheel of Fortune, it feels fated. It feels like almost like a lucky encounter, or like something that just kind of happened serendipitously, or like it just happened to happen. Like, maybe it doesn't, maybe when you look back on it, when you and this person meet, you're like, was that even like, it just, maybe it's hard to like fathom. Like, was that supposed to be that way? Or like, and then obviously it is, but like, it's just interesting. And that was kind of one of the first messages, though, is like, it feels very lucky to have come across this person. This energy could also, with this this energy could already be in the motion though. It could already be working too. Like it's already going to happen. So it's not something that you have to like really overthink too much or focus too much on. It's already in the works. It's already in the mix. You're already attracting each other. What is the type of energy? Oh, fine. I want to get one card. I forgot, and then it came back to me, which means we should freaking do it. What can you tell us about when this person comes into pile 3's life? I told you guys have more oracles, and I swear, I think I'm doing more in this reading for you guys, too. Ace of Pentacles. An opportunity from the universe. Stop. Because it's always like the universe's hand, like kind of. Okay. When does this person come in the 9 of Cups? When does this person come into pile 3's life? How do they meet, Spirit? Oh shit. That's too many. Okay. The 3 of Wands, that came out with like a whole stack, and the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck could indicate either when you or this person decide to step out, and maybe whether that's you're looking for a partner, you try to get back out there. Like I said, maybe you go on it, maybe you get offered. For some of you, this is generating, okay? So maybe you get offered a date by this person too. Like maybe they come out of nowhere, like you guys are looking for each other. Maybe like you meet, like whether that's like on a dating website, social media, maybe a person, and they are going to offer a date. Also, this feels like the Ace of Pentacles though. It just feels like there's again a golden opportunity. Like it just feels like when the time is right, the universe is going to hand this person to you, hand the situation to you. The Knight of Cups is telling me again, there is going to be some sort of love offer. We have the Ace of Cups right after that too, kind of a vice versa, and the Nine of Cups. So let's break it down. When is this person and you, and how are you going to meet? There is going to be an encounter between you and them. Like I said, for some of you, that may be like you meet up, whether it's like you go out or you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant or whatever, or this is online. And I think that they're going to reach out. They're going to tell you, hey, I think you're attractive. Hey, you know, let's see where this goes. And also with the Nine of Cups here too, it could be at a time where you and this person just feel really good, like feel really fulfilled. And you don't have to be like happy every day, but it kind of feels like you guys are already in a good energy for this encounter too. Yeah. And with the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I think that it's either you or this person that is setting out. It could be this person too, because we were talking about, that was very important too, that came through, that they're in energy ready, looking for a relationship. They're looking for a partner. So maybe they decide to go to the same like local place that you guys go to. Maybe you guys go to the same gym, the same thing, or you guys are both online together, or like they see you. Maybe this is like, maybe another thing too with all of this serendipitous energy, it kind of makes you think that the universe is kind of conspiring. Like an example would be like all of a sudden, like say they're like on Instagram or something. I just heard Facebook too. Yeah, Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, right? And then like all of a sudden, like you pop up and like the people you may know, or something like that, right? Or vice versa. And then it just happened that they see you and then they're like, click, follow, or something like that, you know, something along the lines of that. But it could be very different to each and every one of you. Like I said, guys, it is a general reading, take it with a grain of salt. But and it does feel like, and when you guys are both in a place where you feel you have things to offer, and you guys are both going to be open and receptive. We have both hands going like this. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is that feelings, that love offer, that romantic energy. And you're receptive to it. Ooh, I'm actually excited for this, though. We have the Star underneath. Judgment and the Six of Wands. Okay. Okay. That is so interesting. I do feel like, though, with the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and even the Ace of Pentacles, I do think that this is this person is going to initiate it, wherever it is, however it is. I think that that's the case. But hey, there could be a select few, though. You may come across a person and you feel like initiating it. This could be your sign too. I do feel like there's like exciting energy. I'm literally like grinning. I just realized that I'm like cheesing right now. Oh. Yee. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What is the energy that this person is going to exude, Spirit, to pile 3? Saturn energy. Yep. Emperor energy. Saturn is Aries energy, but Saturn and the Emperor are like this, dude, because they're all about structure, discipline, maturity, you know, all of those things here too. And that's like one of the main things. So that's going to be something that you're probably going to recognize. Those are traits that you're going to recognize within this person. What is the energy going to exude of the connection between pile 3 and this person, Spirit? Oh, shoot. I thought it was going to fall off. Pluto. Oh, shoot. Transformative energy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Pluto is kind of intense. But yeah, you know, this could just happen. This connection can come in and you guys can definitely change and transform in your own ways. It doesn't always have to be dramatic, or it doesn't even have to always be feelings of like negativity. But I do think that you and this person may challenge each other to grow, to be better, to shed old ways, to shed old things. And honestly, it wouldn't be a connection, a love connection, if that wasn't the case. And especially if it's something that's serious, because that Saturn energy is serious, right? Saturn and Pluto can sound a bit scary together. Honestly, if I didn't have any context, I would be like, holy shit. But it does show that there's probably going to be lots of lessons, lots of development. And that could just be like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like everyone that I've had a relationship with, even the person that I'm with now, they've all challenged me in ways to shed. They've all challenged me in ways to grow. And some were more gentle than others. Some were more significant than others. But they were all very, very much equally as important too. Also, Pluto is Scorpio energy too. So there's definitely some spicy energy behind that as well. We had lots of Mars energy with the Aries and lots of Pluto energy too. And that, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys, I mean, when you get there, or if you get there, you guys don't have or I wouldn't be surprised if you guys don't. How am I supposed to word this? I would be surprised and shocked if you guys didn't have a good sex life. Sorry, I don't know what was going on. We have Aries right here as I'm looking at it too. Okay. So before we get more significant zodiac signs, I want to see what is a highlighted area, like a house, Spirit, of this connection. Highlighted area of pile 3's houses. Shut up. We got 11 in all freaking 3 piles. Ooh, Pluto in the 11th house could be significant. I actually have, well, in Placidus, I have Pluto in the 11th house, and whole sign I have Pluto in the 12th house. Both equally seem very accurate to my experiences. Again, it's not about me. But 11-11 could be significant. All 3 piles have had the 11th house. And I'm hearing expansion, specifically for you. Expansion with maybe like your perception of love, of relationships, that expanding that as well. 11th house a lot of times is like our hopes and our dreams and our wishes. We wish on 11-11, you know, 11-11, make a wish. All of these could just be themes here too. What are you hoping for? What are you wishing for? What is your outlook? 11th house is Aquarius. That's Aquarius's home. So that's all about innovative too. Like old constructs. That's Pluto energy too, taking away old constructs and rebuilding and innovating something new, something different, something a little that you can predict it if you want, but like something that's not in the norm or not of your past too. Old constructs moving away. Hey, this ain't working no more. Let's rebuild something different. That's like Pluto in Aquarius energy here too. What are some significant zodiac signs here? These could be months. We'll say the months too, just in case if you guys are writing that stuff down, but this could also be significant zodiac signs of this person too. Virgo, okay. We did have lots of earth energy. So the month of September could be significant, or the end of August. Aries again. That was like one of the first few cards with that Emperor energy. I love that. So the month of April or the end of March could be significant too. And we have Aquarius energy being very significant. I don't know why I always brain fart on Aquarius. It's February. The end of January. Should we get one more? Let's get one more for you guys. Capricorn with that Saturn energy too. I like that we kind of got all different ones as well. Now Capricorn is the end of December and January. So the end of December, January, February, those could be significant months. Let's get some significant initials now. Spirit, what are some significant initials for my pile 3? Oh, I just automatically the number 10. We have a T, an E, and an N. The number 10 could be significant. That's also like the number of completion. 10 is the number of completion and new beginnings because of numerology. Oh, we have go. And then we also have stop. Okay, we're freaking playing Scrabble over here. Know when to go, when to stop. I just heard it's go time. What? Oh, wait, we don't have a P. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. I was like, am I crazy? The 10th month. What is the 10th month? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, October. Oh, damn it. I could have just thought of that if I... I was like, wait, I literally was born in September, which I know that's the 9th month. Right? I'm over here like January, February, March. The 10th month, so October could be significant. That's also like Libra season. Halloween time is like Scorpio season. Okay. So we have, what did we say so far? So we have TENGOSTOP. We have a W. Ooh, we can spell work here. For some of you may meet this person at work. So we have a W, a K, and an R, work week. We have an X, which can also be Roman numerals for 10. We have an L and a Q, 2 Qs. Cutie patootie. We have a C, an I, and over here we have a V, which I just heard changes. Changes. Okay. If we had an E. Oh, we do have an E. We can spell twerk. Okay. Let me know if you guys see any significant names or words that stand out to you. You can like put them in the comments. Like pile 3. These are some words that I found. I don't know if they mean anything to you or this word means something to me. It might mean something to you. Whatever the case is. If you feel like that, okay? If you don't, then don't. Just throwing that out there. But I am going to leave this reading here, though. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you as well. It's always a pleasure, regardless of the messages, whether they're positive or they're hard or anything like that. It's always a pleasure to be able to read for you and read for this collective. And for the people that are subscribed, my Vibrant Soul Tribe, I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you for being here along on this journey. Thank you to those who like the videos, who share support, who share your comments. All of that, it just means so much to me, and I just appreciate all of it. So again, thank you so much, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one, but I'll see you there. Bye.